Okay, start all over again.
Goodbye.
Say that whole story again. They went on a honeymoon.
Yeah, in 1929.
Okay, say who went on a honeymoon.
Ernest and Doris. I can send you the copy when I find it of their expenses.
Tell us what you remember.
I don't remember. It wasn't boring.
What you read.
What
I read was they
Yeah,
came
now
to
you're being
Minnesota.
sarcastic.
On their honeymoon, they came to
Came
Minnesota.
to Minnesota, and the first place they went was to Martin Toso's. And Dad was going to pretend he was a book salesman, so he took this little, it was about this size, a blue suitcase thing. I think what it was a sample case for Mother's dad sold suits from the woolen mill in Fergus Falls. And I think it was that sample case.
Grandma Toso's dad, and his name was...
Bernard Johnson.
Oh, Bernard. Okay,
The woolen
Jens is
mill
the other
still
one.
stands there, not being used. And Mrs. Martin knew him, and she was making lefts. That was the end of October. And she had said to him, "Adieu." You know, like, you can't fool me.
That's odd, dude. That's never even.
And
So
what
they
was he
stayed.
fooling her for?
He was going to pretend to be a book salesman, but she knew him.
Oh.
And then they went to Pelican. Mother's aunt and uncle lived there. Her uncle, Seagram Baglin, had a restaurant there. And someplace they had a shower for him. And in that cedar chest that was stolen was a little diaper they got at the wedding shower with a little cellulite doll in it.
Oh.
What happened to that?
The city chest got stolen from out the farm.
That
Aw.
pink pillow behind you under the quilt
Uh-huh.
is one of their wedding gifts they got from Fern Bryant. She was a school teacher in Isabel. Look at it.
I
And Dad, he only went through 6th grade, but he helped coach basketball in
That's pretty,
Isabel.
isn't it?
So that is a 1929 film.
Wow.
Sheds feathers like crazy.
Isn't that something?
So the Ducks are what, pre-1929?
Yeah.
They've been dead since I pulled out a black thing and it was a feather.
So tell me about the receipt thing, or how much they spent.
Oh, I don't remember. It's like $13 or $17. They went into Pelican and went upstairs. There was a studio there called Leaf right by the river. And had their pictures taken. I want to say they were $13. And one of them, the biggest one, Janice has, it's got a big blue frame. And Mom had her hair marceled, and that was 25 cents. And I think Dad's shave cost 15 cents. I've got that paper in the stuff here. But,
And that was their honeymoon in
yeah,
1929.
and it was like $13 or $15 for 1 week that they stayed with relatives.
That's a pretty expensive honeymoon for those days.
And then I found that Grandpa ordered Mom's wedding ring from the Sears Roebuck catalog and paid for it. Dad really courted Mom because she had a thing for Elmer's brother Orville, and he died.
I didn't know that.
Got her a ring, and of course, Dad, you didn't get paid. He was the only son. He never got any money till he started farming after Grandpa was dead.
Where did he get the money for all this?
Well,
They give him.
got groceries, and Grandpa bought them.
Or they would give you $10 or $5 or something like that. That was
So you kind of got like an allowance for being a farm.
No, I don't think he did.
He says,
Because when Grandpa died, before Grandpa died, he said, everything in this house belongs to Doris.
Bobby says
Jim
in
said
the
that?
real estate there that she take the cream down. You're supposed to buy groceries and that was the the money. I don't know what about your cream down to $5 or something like that.
Yeah, wasn't much. Yeah, they used their cream money for, and then they had pigs and lived off the land.
And what did he mean, everything in this house belongs to Doris? Because she had worked so hard taking care of the
Yeah,
house
she
all
took
those
care of
years?
everybody.
Yeah.
You know, Grandpa's kids came and they left their kids all summer.
And the relatives.
And
come.
Llewellyn and Clarence came every single Sunday. We didn't eat dinner. We stood in the window watching for dusk. The last mile. Hooks on Diane, hooks on Roger. So we could carry those kids around all day. And they went home.
Hooks on Diane, hooks on Roger. That means I get to carry Diane.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Roger was heavier.
No,
Oh.
one was smaller than the other. One was a baby.
What did you say about Jerome Dawson, that he wouldn't listen to the Doris that one time?
Oh, gosh.
And Doris-
Sassy, he was
Yeah.
going to go home. Ma thought, go. He started walking up the road and he came back. She was varnishing floors and cleaning. And she put him in the corner in the kitchen. And she put a towel over his mouth and she held it and she said, now you shut up. I'm going to talk and you can listen
To Jerome?
to Jerome.
Because they always
Well,
said,
they sent him out there for the summer.
yeah, and they always said, you know, you can't tell me what to do, and
Yeah.
or I want some money, or
Yeah, you always get candy from Grandpa. Well, we didn't. 4th of July, maybe. We got money to go to Vesa for ice cream.
To Visa?
Vesa.
Swedish
Nobody
church.
says that.
Vesa.
They
Is
had
it-
ice cream in canvas bags, and they had put up a stand outside, 4th of July we went to.
Somebody said that he was all school, he used to get in the store one time, but the rest of the kids always went over there and charged candy. So, what did you charge me? 2 cents worth or
I
something?
can't remember, but I didn't sleep for a month.
She couldn't sleep for days because she didn't think Grandpa was going to give her money to pay for 2 cents.
You charged your own candy?
Yes,
All the other
everybody,
kids did.
everybody, they went down there, they charged, so I never did, so I did one time. And
I still don't get what Vesa is.
It was
Vesa
the
is
name
a
of the
church.
church. It's a Swedish name.
Oh.
We're the Swedes.
I never
now
did
they
it
joined
again,
with
I'll
us.
tell you.
The Smiths and the Ericsons, then they married the Norwegians.
What do they call them?
Crossbreeds.
Well, they got better names.
Swedes is just a Norwegian with his brains melted.
Yeah, that's
But every Sunday, down to the gas barrel, down by the toilet down there, filled Clarence's car with gas. And Mom told me this not too many years before she died, into the freezer, and they took the best cuts of meat,
They did.
fresh baked bread,
Yeah.
quart of
Everything.
cream.
all the vegetables your mother can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when Hannah and Jelmer lived in Chicago, they sent them money and clothes, and Grandpa took care of his family.
Yeah.
And one time I remember Jewel wanted money to buy a fur coat. And Dad didn't have it, she was the youngest. And he borrowed money and paid 8% interest to give his sister money. Is that stupid or what?
How old was she?
Well, she was married. She wasn't very happy when
Married to Roy then, wasn't she?
He wasn't very happy when Burdell and I were born, his 2 kids, and they had these Georgette dresses, like pole in the bedroom. Hard to iron them, and she'd hang them on the pole, and here comes these kids with their dirty fingers and got her nice ironing all dirty. She was about 15, 16. And the spoiled baby, and here Grandma's got 2 babies to rock. Well, then a year later, here comes Lovey and Jerome. So there's 4 babies. And another year later, here comes Richard. So then Grandma
And
had
Janice.
5 babies. And Janice was 6 years down
Oh,
the road.
okay, okay.
And then by then they had moved, Llewellyn Clarence.
So where did Llewellyn and Clarence live at that
We
time?
started, we all lived on the farm.
He moved to Devil's Lake.
And then Clarence got a job for the highway department. And
All you
Grandpa-
cousins lived together in the same house?
And Grandpa bought him a trailer house to live in. And if Ed needed machinery, when Dad had his stroke and he couldn't get out in the field anymore, I said, Dad, why don't you sell your tractor to Ollie? It was like his brother, his cousin Elvin. What? And go to my grave knowing he owes me money? He can have it.
Did you give it to him?
And remember